What's good, YouTube? Alvin Simon here, and I'm bringing you guys my Week 9 match of the P4G. My opponent this week is A-Aron2420 and his Calgary Infernapes. As you can see, my team's on the left and his team's on the right. We're currently at 2-6 and he is currently at 3-5, so a win would be nice this week. As he leads off with Roadkill the Stunfisk, as I led off with Carolina the Clefable. This week I just decided to run my whole team shiny because everyone was shiny except for Clefable, so I was like, except for Clefable, Altaria, and Sableye, and I really wanted to run shiny Altaria and Sableye, so I'm like, Clefable might as well. So here I just go for a Moonblast. I get a special attack drop as he goes for the Stealth Rocks, which is a good play on his part. Here I didn't really see the reason to switch, so I had since the only thing I knew would be able to really dent my Clefable was Aegislash, so I went for a Fire Blast here, and he actually had the Oka Berry, so he was prepared for either Altaria, Infernape, or Ikorio, or stuff like that. So here he goes for a King Shield. I'm like, I'm just gonna Fire Blast again. I have no reason to switch since I am the Berry. So I'm like, okay, so if he goes for Iron Head, I live no matter what. So here he actually goes for the Berry. I'm like, okay, all I need is to hit one Fire Blast and this thing is dead. He goes for the Iron Head. It does nearly 50%, so I think I could have lived even without the Berry. So here I go for Fire Blast, and Aegislash is dead. Let's go. So Aegislash is dead. Here he brings in Incineroar. Obviously he gets to use the new Intimidate Incineroar that just came out. So -1, which doesn't really matter. As he goes for U-turn, I believe here I just went for a Moonblast. And I really do like his team. Here he goes for X-Wing. I guess he used for like Thunderwave or something, or just I guess this was his switch for Clefable. So here I just went for the Moonblast. I was just trying to see what Incineroar wanted to do. So here he goes for Air Slash. Does a decent amount. I just go for Moonblast here, and it does a lot. Like, this Clefable was just defensive. I didn't run any special attacking bets in this thing, but that did a lot. So here I go for Moonblast again, and I think he barely just lives. Yeah, he barely lived that. As he went for a Tailwind, he went for Air Slash. I think here I just go for, yeah, I go for Moonblast to kill him. And down goes X-Wing 2, clean nickname. Here he brings Shammy's Girl, another nickname, and I was terrified of this thing, especially with the Tailwind. I was like, I'm already slow as is. And then he goes for Tail Glow, which again I ran unaware Clefable, and I go for Thunder Wave to slow him down, just in case he kills Clefable, I can outspeed him with like Galvantula or Oyster, etc. So here he actually gets paralyzed, which is unfortunate, as I go for a Moonblast to heal up. And I was like, he's obviously Tail Glow, he's either Tail Glow 3 attacks or Rain Dance, something like that. I've never really used the Manaphy before, so I've seen what it does, but yeah. Here I go for Moonblast. Does a decent amount, like 25%ish, and he has Surf. I predicted Scald, not Surf. So I'm like, how much does this do? It does around like, I want to say 30ish%. Here I just go for another Moonblast. I get the special attack drop, which doesn't really matter, as he goes for another Surf. And yeah, one more will definitely knock me out, or it would be like a roll, I guess. So I go for Moonlight, and he unfortunately gets paralyzed again. If he didn't get paralyzed, he wouldn't have killed unless he got a crit, I think, but it still would have done a good amount of damage. So I went for the Moonblast. He goes for Surf. Brings me down to a little bit below half. So I just go for Moonblast, and I knock this thing out as well. So CLEFABLE picking up its 3rd kill of the game, which is insane because I brought in this thing and hasn't done anything. So then he brings in Roadkill, and I just go for Moonlight, as I believe he goes for Earth Power. And I'm basically at full, yeah, he goes for Earth Power. And doesn't really do anything. So I just go for Moonblast. So just looking at the calc, I think it's like obviously like a defensive build, question mark. So he goes for Earth Power again, and I just go for Moonblast since I really didn't have I had a switch in for this, but like I didn't really have a reason to switch out. And I think here he misclicked because he went for Stealth Rock. I didn't catch that, and during the match, I saw that I had lowered him in HP, but I saw that CLEFABLE was still at the same amount, so I was confused. I thought he went for like Toxic and missed. But here I went for Moonblast, and CLEFABLE picked up its 4th kill of the game. And here is something that I thought would never happen in my entire life. So he goes for sub, right? I go for Fire Blast. That's the connected 1. And obviously it's gonna break the sub. And then here he goes for sub again. And I go for Fire Blast, and I hit it twice. I was like, okay, I hit it twice. I'm like, alright, I have to keep going for Fire Blast, so I can't let him set up. So here he goes for sub again. I was like, shit. And then he had, which berry was this? Citrus? Yeah, he had a citrus berry, and he was behind the sub. Like, oh well, most likely he's a harvest set. So here I go for Fire Blast, and I connected 3rd time. I was like, what? I would miss like the first one. Surprised I'm hitting this, and it's not in the sun, which I didn't bring sun this week. So he goes for Substitute again. He gets the harvest, I think. No, he doesn't. Not this time. And I go for Fire Blast, and I hit a 4th time. I was like, hello. So it's obviously gonna break his sub. And here he gets the harvest, and he's gonna eat the citrus berry. So he's gonna bring him back up to around half. And here I switch out because I think I was running low. I think I had like 1 Fire Blast left, or I was running low. So I'm like, I'll just go into Mega Altaria. Hyper Voice goes through sub. So yeah, he goes through. He goes for sub, and he gets the harvest. So he eats his citrus berry and he gains his HP. And then here, obviously, I'm just gonna Mega Evolve and go for Hyper Voice since it does go through the sub, and I outspeed this thing, unless he's running like max speed. So here I go for the Hyper Voice, and it doesn't quite knock him out, but he goes for Air Slash, so I'm not sure what kind of set this was. What I was assuming was sub Leech Seed, and either like Dragon Dance or something, but he got Air Slash, so I'm not sure. So I just go for another Hyper Voice and knock this thing out. There goes Altaria picking up 1 kill. Down goes Goatpius. And here he brings in Incineroar. So here I could have just boosted to see what it was gonna do, but if anything, I wanted to do as much damage as I possibly could. And here I thought I was gonna get reverse swept because he went for the flame charge, and I'm like, oh shoot. Well, looking at the calc, I was like, what does he have to hit? So I just went for Hyper Voice. It nearly does well over half. And he goes for Earthquake. I was like, no, live Altaria, live, don't stop the 6-0. And I live, but Hyper Voice won't kill, so unfortunately. Here I should have just roosted to see what he was gonna do, but instead I just went for the attack trying to kill him because it was like a roll. but he goes for Earthquake, and unfortunately, Altari goes down, so I don't get the 6-0. But it's all good. It's not like I'm trying to get to playoffs. It's too late for that. I should have tried that the last 5 weeks. So I usually just go for I just go into PT and just go for Ice Shard and kill out the Incineroar. If I couldn't have switched anyways, because if I were to have switched Altari to try to save the quote-unquote differential and try to get the 6-0, I didn't really have a switch for Earthquake Flame Charge Incineroar. So yeah, if you guys should go check out the description. Go check out his channel and his side of the match. We picked up a W after a 5-week losing streak. But yeah, we picked up a W. Yeah, see you guys next week for week 10. The P4G is sadly coming to an end, but I got stuff planned already. So yeah, see you guys next week. Peace.